a longing for the Torah among the youth of Israel, among the very soldiers in the army, the soldiers who are exposed to actual combat conditions, may come from secular homes, but in those conditions they are filled with emunah. It's something which has been noted in the media, which the left-wing media pejoratively took issue with the presence of the Rabbanut in the Gaza campaign, the presence of the Rabbanut giving encouragement to the soldiers to fight for Israel is part of something much more which needs to be done. And I'm asking everybody here to open your mouths and speak to everybody that you can influence to promote this proclamation of Hashem and the truth of Hashem's Torah. Yes.
For 2,000 years we've been in exile. For 2,000 years we've been yearning for the coming of the Mashiach. And there have been many, many righteous individuals in every generation. Why is this generation, which doesn't have so much tzaddikim and there's not so many righteous, qualified for this Zman Mashiach?
I have no idea. I mean, yes.
It seems to me that regardless of one's individual beliefs in Judaism, Hashem, etc., there's a kind of arrogance that we have. The arrogance is very interesting. If people would only listen about Hashem, if people would only pay attention, and you know something, I have my foot in a number of wars. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares. And when people get up quite passionately and talk about if they can only listen, if they can only spend 1%, so with respect to the IDF to hire more rabbis and do Hasbara, etc., we're preaching to the choir. We may get a couple of converts, a couple of sympathetic people. What I've discovered living in a number of different worlds, theology aside, most Jews, let alone Gentiles, don't have a clue about our historical narrative. And I'm not talking about we're entitled from river to river, that theology, we believe it, don't believe it, it really doesn't matter. The fact is, we live in a historical time in which real history, the facts, correspond to whatever your theology is. We're entitled to the territory. We're entitled to Gaza during Gaza a lot. Okay? We were thrown out. We were entitled to Gaza. Okay? No one listened. And when I talk to my secular Jewish friends and my sympathetic Gentile friends, they're fascinated with the narrative, not the theology. No one wants to hear about Jacob and Isaac, and no one cares. They're fascinated by the narrative. And let me say something else. People are fascinated by the Palestinian narrative. They really have it together. When they talk about Nazca, oh boy, people go nuts. And they open their wallets and they take out their checkbooks. We don't have a narrative. I think we're arrogant, and I think the Israelis are arrogant. When Yitzhak Rabin was asked, how come you don't have, you dissolve this Hasbara ministry? He said, and I heard it, he said, you know, if we need a ministry of Hasbara, we're doing something wrong. What colossal arrogance! I give up.
American Jews were safe to Israel. I mean, it seems to me that we're going to do more than just sit here. What you said before about propaganda, and all the stories of 2,000 years, I think, how would you get us to tell the world the truth? Like, we're not occupying the land, they're occupying the land. How? The truth of the matter, of what it is, and change all this negative publicity. You know, there's got to be a more positive way. I don't care if you're Palestinian or Israeli or whoever. Children are dying. Children have been dying for 60 years. It's something that is outrageous. And it really has to come together. Children can't live like this anymore. tomorrow or I'm going to die tomorrow, whether I'm Israeli or Palestinian. But Israel and Jewish people, we suffer from negative publicity. Anytime anything goes wrong, we get the blame. And we have to do something so that we don't get, that the people know the real true us, that we're who we really are, what we really stand for. And how would you suggest we accomplish this worldwide?
We have to make the transition from speaking about what should be to make it happen. The issue is how we're going to focus our energies together. I don't have a quick answer for that, but if anybody's really interested, then please come to me after tonight's talk and let's talk about it. Yes.
It sounds weird, but you say, God works in mysterious ways. And the economy, I think games that say in my head is doing this. Like GM has fallen. It's gone bankrupt. But GM, when during World War II, has contributed to the destruction of the Jewish people. I think they gave money to the Nazis. The economy, it seems like maybe the economy, everybody, is worried about, financial situation. So it takes away a little bit off the pressure of Israel. Either they're blaming the Jews for the economy, or maybe now everybody has to worry about their own, existence here, like even in this country. So maybe where is God coming forth? When does he show his support for the Jewish people? It seems like, I could say, maybe God created the GM to fall, or the economy to be where it is today, or global warming. Maybe this is a sign for there's a God and he's showing the Jewish people, don't worry.
Well, many people have discovered that money cannot provide them with happiness because they don't have the money. And many people have been forced to reevaluate their relationship with money, and many people have been forced to actually appreciate what they have instead of constantly trying to get what they don't have. And in that sense, you could say that the economic situation has been beneficial for many people because it has enabled people to break out of the previous bubble illusions. And in fact, the prophet says that in the time of Moshiach, then men will throw away their idols of silver and their idols of gold, which is the veneration of money. Now, still many people don't get it, and people are, every day watching for a sign of revival of the stock exchange and signs of the end of the recession, and people want to run away from this lesson as fast as possible. But I think we have to understand that the whole process of Moshiach is not, well, we're going to knock out Hamas, we're going to knock out Hezbollah, and we're going to be able to enjoy the beach in Tel Aviv. That is not Moshiach. Moshiach is a totally global process, and it happens to different people at different times. And the fact that it happens to you or me right now doesn't mean it's happening to others, millions and millions of people who couldn't care a fig about it. But it is happening to you and me, and that's what concerns us. And the whole thing is about the earth being filled with the knowledge of Hashem. Like some people only get it when they're in the terminal stages of an illness, and suddenly after a long life they mellow out and start understanding that it's all Hashem's love and compassion. And it's a process, and we have to be spiritually opportunistic to understand that out of darkness we can actually salvage some light and some inspiration. Yeah. Yes.
I'm just wondering, can you speak to perhaps the fact that here we have a president that, as you said, we don't know who he is, where he came from, what is he? No birth certificate. When he was running for president, Tony, I know you know this, when he was running for president, you weren't allowed to say his middle name. He said, I heard recordings of him saying, my father was an atheist. We were brought up loyal Christians. He never goes to church. The children, they don't believe in giving Christmas presents. This is not a Christmas.